Archangel Michael says, the prayer you sent into the heavens was heard, accepted, and stamped with divine approval. You felt a strange shift in your soul afterward, didn't you? That feeling wasn't your imagination, it was confirmation. But as soon as your blessing was set to descend, an unseen wall was raised around you. A familiar face, someone who smiles near you, began to interfere with invisible energy. This person has spoken your name with fake admiration, but behind the scenes, they burn with jealousy. They appear kind, concerned, maybe even protective. Yet, when your name is mentioned in their private conversations, their tone shifts. They laugh when others doubt you and agree when someone questions your worth. Archangel Michael says, this person doesn't want to see you elevated because your light threatens their mask. They act like they celebrate you, but their spirit silently competes with yours. You are being delayed not by God, but by someone who's pretending to walk with you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. This blessing you're waiting for, it's not small. It would have shifted your financial reality, brought peace to your household, and opened unexpected doors. But heaven cannot release a divine gift to a soul surrounded by spiritual sabotage. Even if your heart is pure, the people you allow close to you become spiritual mirrors. Their energy becomes part of the soil around your seed. And right now, the seed is struggling because of the poisonous root they've buried beside it. At 3:33 a.m. one night, a vibration passed through your spiritual field. It was the moment a decision was finalized in heaven to send what you prayed for. But that same day, this person sensed your change and grew nervous. They began planting doubts in others' minds about your intentions. They started speaking your name to those who had no business knowing your plans. Now the heavens are holding back, not because you aren't worthy, but because your environment is not safe. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You trusted them because they came to you when you were weak. They helped you once or twice, and you thought they were your answer. But they helped you not to see you rise, they helped so they could monitor the process. Everything about you that's glowing now was once dim. They liked you when you were low because it made them feel higher. But now your elevation is activating their insecurity like fire to dry leaves. Archangel Michael says, be careful who claps when you speak about your dreams. Some people hide their envy inside their applause. And what they cannot destroy publicly, they delay silently. Heaven tried delivering the breakthrough 3 different times. Each time, something strange happened. A delay here. A miscommunication there. A lost opportunity that seemed out of nowhere. Type Amen to get blessing 999. This wasn't random. It was redirected energy. Someone twisted the vibration around your name. A false agreement made spiritually without your permission, but your permission was granted through proximity. You're not cursed. You're not forgotten. You're entangled with a spirit pretending to be human. They won't leave unless exposed. And they won't confess unless heaven forces their mask to fall. That's why things felt heavy for no reason. Why your body started feeling drained. Why your sleep started breaking at certain hours. That's the spirit of restriction entering through emotional access. Archangel Michael says, heaven is ready to send the miracle again. But you must clean your circle. There is a sound of fake loyalty hovering near you. And it's stealing the whisper meant for your next instruction. Type Amen to get blessing 444. This person watches your social media quietly. They note every happy moment you share. Then they privately sulk and wonder, why not me? And when people praise you in their presence, they change the subject. They are spiritual blockers disguised as friends. They only want you up until the moment you outshine them. Then they become the shadow behind your joy. You were right to trust your first feeling about them. But you let guilt convince you otherwise. That guilt is what kept you tied to their sabotage. Don't wait until everything collapses before you act. Every delay costs more time. Every hesitation weakens your spiritual authority. Type Amen to get blessing 282. At 2:42 p.m. last week, a spiritual watcher tried to reach you. They saw your name being redirected. A light from the heavens was aiming toward your home, but the gate was blocked. They couldn't speak directly, so they tried through dreams. You may have noticed strange symbols, unknown rooms, or people you no longer speak to appearing at night. That was the warning. Even your ancestors have tried to alert you. You may have felt the presence of someone long gone standing near you as you washed your face or brushed your hair. That wasn't imagination. That was protection trying to be heard. Archangel Michael says, the time has come to choose obedience over comfort. This next blessing will not be delayed again. But only if you take the courage to release the jealous one hiding in plain sight. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Check who keeps asking about your plans but never supports them. Who offers help but always adds confusion. Who listens, but never cheers sincerely. That's your sign. Your spirit was made for elevation, not stagnation. But elevation requires separation. There are things heaven won't send until you clean the air around you. This person is not spiritually neutral, they're a silent enemy. And every time they smile at you, your angels step back in silence. Because angels cannot protect what refuses to believe the signs. You've been crying for answers, yet heaven already sent them through silence, missed calls, dropped deals, and restless nights. It's not punishment, it's positioning. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You are closer than ever. The gate is about to swing open again. But if you don't act now, the gatekeeper will shut it completely. There is no more time for second chances with this spirit. You've already been warned in too many ways. Even technology glitched when you tried to speak certain truths aloud. You've noticed it, haven't you? The calls that drop when you mention them. The messages that go missing when you speak your dream. The heaviness in your chest after spending time with them. That's not random. That's energy theft. And it must stop now. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Archangel Michael says, you've been loyal to the wrong person. They don't want your downfall, but they fear your success. Your light scares the shadow they've been hiding in. Release them now, not with hate, but with truth. You owe your peace more than you owe loyalty. And what's ahead of you is too divine to be shared with someone disguised in jealousy. This is not just about one person. It's about every agreement you've made in your mind out of guilt. It's time to rewrite them. You deserve to trust again, but wisely. Every act of faith you've made in silence is about to be repaid in public. But not until your surrounding reflects your soul. Clean it, and heaven will rush in like a river breaking a dam. Type Amen to get blessing 828. The spirit trying to delay you has one last chance. And it ends now. They tried to spiritually bury your confidence. But today, your light is being restored. Someone who saw what they did is about to come forward. They've been holding this secret out of fear. But something will push them to speak. Prepare your heart. The truth will sting at first. But then, everything that's been blocked will be released so fast it will make time itself fold for you. You are not late. You are being protected from early release into poisoned waters. But you must act now. The miracle is ready. The jealous one is known. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Archangel Michael says, by this time tomorrow, your environment must shift. Heaven has already reassigned your angels. One of them will visit in your dream tonight. Listen carefully. They will reveal a name, or a face, or a repeated symbol. This is the identity of the one who has been secretly chaining your favor. Do not ignore it again. From that moment on, speak their name no more. Let them fade into the background while you rise with speed. What was delayed will return multiplied. The miracle is not denied. Just redirected. Now, with clarity, walk forward. And never again let secret jealousy lock your gates of blessing. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You see, this miracle was not just a momentary gift. It was the start of a new blueprint, something designed specifically for your name, your legacy, and the battles you've silently survived. The delay has not cancelled it, it has only made it stronger and more targeted. Every tear you've shed has been added to a reservoir of divine compensation. Every false smile you tolerated, every backhanded compliment you ignored, and every fake friend you trusted has been tallied. The reward is heavier now because the weight of your patience has matured your spirit. This next level you are stepping into requires more than just desire, it demands alignment. And heaven is not asking you to be perfect. Heaven is asking you to stop betraying yourself by staying in agreement with someone who does not celebrate your becoming. Type Amen to get blessing 313. They know exactly what they're doing. The way they hover near you, ask subtle questions, and disappear when good news arrives, it's all calculated. They're not clumsy with their envy. They're strategic. You keep giving them chances. You believe kindness can heal their jealousy. But this isn't about healing them, it's about preserving you. Even your body has been warning you. Sudden migraines, fatigue after conversations, and a sudden need to withdraw when you're near them, these are divine alerts. Your spirit is screaming while your logic keeps making excuses. They once celebrated you, but only when they thought you'd never reach higher. And now, they hide behind advice and concern, masking their discomfort with your glow. Type Amen to get blessing 292. You noticed it in the small ways, the way they interrupt your stories, the way they redirect attention, the way their eyes dim when you shine. Those aren't accidents. Those are red flags coded in spiritual energy. This isn't just a story of betrayal. It's a story of alignment. You are being upgraded, and every upgrade reveals what cannot stay. Heaven has paused this miracle 3 times now. Not because you're not ready, but because your soil is contaminated with weeds disguised as flowers. And they'll strangle the root if you allow them to stay. Archangel Michael says, your obedience will be tested in the coming days. A situation will arise that exposes this person's true heart. Do not ignore it this time. Type Amen to get blessing 505. You are not meant to carry the weight of someone else's hidden resentment. That is not your burden. You are a divine being, called to rise, not to blend into the shadows of someone else's insecurity. There is something massive about to come, a contract, an invitation, a shift in power. But its arrival depends on the clearing of your atmosphere. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally, it must be clean. Every delay has not been in vain. It was heaven's way of buying you time. Time to wake up. Time to see clearly. Time to choose yourself without guilt. Now that you know, you cannot unsee it. You are accountable now. The miracle is knocking for the 4th time, and this time, it cannot afford to be turned away again. Type Amen to get blessing 848. Take a deep breath and recall the last 5 people who were around you during your most important decisions. One of them carries the energy of blockage. One of them spoke your name with poison thoughts. They didn't say it aloud, but spiritually, they denied your right to win. And that denial, though silent, echoed enough to vibrate through your field. You've been feeling the delay without understanding the source. But now you know. And now you have power. Archangel Michael says, remove them softly, quietly, with grace. You don't need confrontation. You need boundaries. You don't owe explanations to a spirit sent to derail you. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. This person is sensing the shift. You may notice they're trying to get closer again. Acting suddenly kinder, overly attentive, suddenly curious about your emotions. Don't be deceived. That is not love. That is control disguised as empathy. And you must not fall back into the cycle. Heaven cannot bless you fully while you keep renting space in your life to someone who feeds on your potential. It's time to reclaim your throne. Even if you must sit there alone for a while. Because sitting in divine silence is far better than being surrounded by smiling sabotage. Let God fill the empty seats with angels rather than allow enemies to remain at your table. Type Amen to get blessing 919. Your name is already written on the scroll of this next miracle. A financial shift. A release from unseen burdens. Restoration in your household. Joy that lasts more than a moment. But before the scroll can be opened, the ink around you must dry. And the only way for that to happen is to remove the jealous touch that keeps trying to smudge your destiny. You are protected, but not if you continue feeding the wolf that lingers near the gate. The wolf doesn't bite right away, it waits until your back is turned. You've come too far. You've lost too much. You've survived too many storms to be stopped by one familiar face. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Archangel Michael says, the gate is open, but the lock will close if the gatekeeper senses another betrayal is near. That gatekeeper is divine timing, and it waits for no one. This person once said your name in a dark room with bitterness. That moment was recorded in the spiritual realm. And since then, they've masked it with fake blessings and shallow hugs. They're watching you now, yes, even today. They're waiting for signs of your breakthrough so they can adjust their behavior. Don't give them access to that information anymore. Let your wins be silent until they are irreversible. Let your growth be private until it is rooted deep enough to withstand their wind. Type Amen to get blessing 747. You have angels guarding your sleep again. A few days ago, they stood over you while you rested and whispered, "We are waiting for you to let go." But your soul is still clinging. Clinging to the familiar. Clinging to the one who once stood by you. But standing by you and standing for you are not the same. You have cried long enough over people who wouldn't shed a single tear for your downfall. Your softness is powerful, but it cannot be wasted on those who sharpen their swords in secret. Today, draw a line. Make the decision. Reclaim your space. Because the next 48 hours will reveal who was always against you. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Archangel Michael says, this was your final test. Not a test of strength, but a test of clarity. You passed it the moment you accepted this truth. Now, expect sudden changes. Rapid acceleration. Old doors closing without notice and new ones appearing out of nowhere. Heaven is not waiting anymore. The miracle is being pushed forward like wine through an open valley. And when it comes, it will feel like 10 years of reward delivered in 10 minutes. You will know peace again. You will know trust again. You will see what it means to walk in favor that no one can sabotage. They cannot stop what's coming. But only you can invite it in. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Now begins the unraveling of the threads they secretly tied around your destiny. The invisible ropes, laced with false concern and silent competition, are beginning to snap one by one. And with each spiritual knot broken, your energy will feel lighter. You may start to notice strange things, lost items returning, headaches disappearing, or sudden peace after sleepless weeks. These are the signs. This is confirmation that the spiritual blockage is lifting. It means you're finally choosing alignment over attachment. Their influence had embedded itself into your decision-making. You second-guessed yourself often, didn't you? Every step forward somehow felt like walking through sand. Archangel Michael says, that feeling of heaviness didn't come from you. It came from carrying someone else's secret curse on your back. And now, it's coming off like old armor you never needed. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Your angels are preparing something symbolic. You'll see a name, a number, a phrase, maybe even hear a voice. It will sound like a whisper, but feel like thunder in your chest. Pay attention to it. That's the signal your blessing is back in motion. It's heading toward you like a wave that cannot be stopped, only received. And this time, no one will block it, unless you hand them the umbrella again. This person who was close to you wasn't born your enemy. But somewhere in their heart, a seed of envy grew, watered by your progress and their stagnation. And they didn't pull it out. They let it grow tall and wide, and now it overshadows their love for you. It is not your job to trim their garden. It's your job to protect your field. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Some of their actions will try to confuse you. They may suddenly praise you, send long messages, or pretend to recall shared memories with warmth. Do not be deceived. That is not affection. That is manipulation wrapped in nostalgia. They're trying to keep a place at your table before your feast is served. They felt the shift before you did. Their spirit picked up on your breakthrough before your eyes could see it. That's why their behavior has become unstable, because what's meant for you is shaking their core. Archangel Michael says, when heaven schedules a delivery, everything unworthy must be cleared from the doorstep. And your doorstep has been crowded by those who clap in public but curse in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 3838. You'll notice even technology shifting. Missed calls. Glitched screens. Emails that don't send. It's not coincidence, it's spiritual interference leaking into the physical world. The jealous energy around you has started short-circuiting things near you. That's how close it had gotten. But now that you're aware, it can no longer operate undetected. Some people were never meant to be in your life this long. They were lessons, not lifelong companions. But your heart kept extending the semester when their course should have ended. It's okay to release them with love. But release them you must. Because if not, your miracle will keep knocking on a gate you unknowingly padlocked. Type Amen to get blessing 5050. Your heart is sacred ground. And what you allow to grow there determines the harvest you receive. You prayed for abundance. But abundance cannot grow in a heart cluttered by doubt seeded by others. You are not being punished. You are being redirected. The miracle is still yours, but now it requires you to be bold. You must protect your destiny as fiercely as you protected everyone else's emotions. This is your time. And you cannot take passengers into this next season who secretly hope you crash. Archangel Michael says, this message found you in divine timing. It's no accident that your eyes are reading these words right now. Something has shifted, and it's waiting for your final yes. Type Amen to get blessing 6363. Yes to peace. Yes to boundaries. Yes to removing the beautiful poison that came wearing kindness as perfume. You gave them too much power. But that ends now. Not with revenge. Not with drama. But with stillness and truth. The jealous spirit attached to them is suffocating in the light you're walking into. And it will do anything to pull you back. But now you know. And now, you are no longer a prisoner to their performance. Release brings restoration. Detachment brings downloads. And obedience brings overflow. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The path ahead is now clearing. With every silent choice you make to reclaim your joy, your miracle comes closer. You may not hear trumpets or see fireworks, but your body will know. You'll breathe differently. Sleep deeply. Think more clearly. That's your soul realigning with its original promise. They cannot come with you, not because you hate them, but because they never truly loved the real you. They loved the version of you that stayed beneath them. And now, you're rising. Archangel Michael says, heaven has reactivated your name on the scroll. Your portal is open again. And this time, nothing shall be withheld. Type Amen to get blessing 909. And when it comes, it won't be piece by piece. It will pour. Suddenly. Unexpectedly. Like the sky opening above you. And you will know, this was the moment it began. Remember, this was not punishment. It was preservation. Heaven did not want you to rise surrounded by snakes dressed as saints. The delay was the miracle. Because it gave you eyes to see, ears to hear, and a soul strong enough to walk away when it mattered most. Your new chapter begins now. With clean air. With clean hands. And with angels guarding every step. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.